and welcome back to another episode of Flesh Wounds as we continue playing CardHunter.com, created by Blue Manchu. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Previously, we went through some of the tutorial basics, but we were actually using a party that was Melvin's, the bigger nerd to our buddy here, Gary, who looks like me from the 80s. We're going to go ahead and jump right in here and raid on Omelette, though. We have Chubby Chaser, our dwarf. We don't have a full party from before, but, you know, I feel pretty confident in our buddy here. I love the look of kind of the style here. It definitely looks like that 70s, 80s, old, kind of vintage Dungeons and Dragons art. That's very cool.
Kobolds are raiding the peaceful village of Omelette, slaughtering the villagers and plundering their meager possessions. Will a brave adventurer step up to send these vicious bandits packing? The peasants will surely reward anyone valiant enough to aid them, stopping the raid on Omelette.
Alright, so let's jump right in.
These raiders should be pretty easy for someone who's already defeated Greenfang.
Well, yeah, we defeated him with like level 30 characters, so come on.
I guess starting properly will at least give me a chance to explain a few more of the rules for you.
Alright, so now in these kind of campaign missions, you go to different places, and you there's kind of different scenarios. So this is the first scenario here. This is the streets of Omelette. The village of Omelette's peaceful... Oh, let me read that in the voice.
The village of Omelette's peaceful existence is torn asunder by the din of battle. A kobold raiding party has descended from the hills and set about ruthlessly sacking the small community. Drawing your sword, you rush to repel the invaders.
I guess starting properly...
Oh, yeah, we already did that. Alright, let's jump in. Here we go. Okay. Time to take on this bastard. Or bastards.
Hoo-wee, these kobold raiders are in a group that shares a single deck.
Oh, phone, sorry. Okay, here we go. These two guys here. Alright, let's jump in. Okay, what do I want to do first? So they share a deck. Let's move forward. Here.
When a group plays a move card, they can all move at once.
Okay. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and move forward. Well, good. Bring them on my way. Now, these cards are not the same cool cards I was getting before, but these guys only have 6 health apiece, so fuck it. Let's take them on. Take this. Alright, Simple Strike. That son of a bitch. He's probably going to move in. That's fine. Alright, so he has 3 health left. Let's finish him off with another Simple Strike. He's out of here. Alright, so this guy's going to make an attack on us too.
Monsters in a group turn gray after they have attacked, and can't attack again until the next round.
Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and use our last card, Weak Strike. It only does 2, but it's the only card left. Alright, so Gary passed. I'm going to pass as well.
Starting round.
This will give us a new hand.
At the start of each round, you always draw 1 bonus move card.
Like I was saying in the previous episode.
Because you chose a dwarf, you just get a slow walk card as your default move. Then you draw 2 more cards from your deck.
Oh, this is great. Okay, let's, I only have movement cards. Obviously, we want to attack, so let's go ahead and pass. Gary passed. And we're going to pass too.
If you have more than 2 cards at the end of a round, you have to discard down to 2.
Alright, so let's get rid of this walk card.
Starting round.
Let's try that again. There we go, that's better. Alright, so let's do a Simple Strike. He's gonna Weak Strike me, that's fine. We'll finish him off with a Simple Strike ourselves. Get out of here, you goblins.
Adventure complete.
We're on our way to saving Hamlet. Or Omelette. Hamlet, same thing.
The village is saved, and the remaining kobold raiders scamper off into the fields. The grateful villagers reward you handsomely.
With women and ale.
The task now remains to track these miscreants back to their lair and put a stop to the attacks.
Alright, so let's go collect our loot. We get some experience from winning the battle.
Chubby Chaser found some loot. Open the treasure chest to claim your prizes.
Let's see what we got.
Wow, amber shards. They should be worth several gold pieces. Click the take all and finish button to move on.
Alright. I'm just going to pull them in here just because I like doing that. Okay, so I think both of these, pickled herring and amber shards are both just sort of, what do they call it, MMOs, kind of trash or scrap stuff. We'll sell that for cash so we can buy more gear.
Head to the armory to exchange your loot for something useful.
Alright, so let's head over to the armory.
Yay!
Sell the amber shards you found by dragging them from your collection to the blue store sheet.
Alright, so let's toss those in the store.
The cards in your deck come from the items you have equipped. Because you don't have a weapon in this slot, your deck only has these weak cards in it.
Yeah, these cards suck balls. We want something better. So what we can do?
To fix this, buy a woodsman's axe by dragging it from the store onto that empty weapon slot.
Okay, so we now have 40 gold pizza slices. I want those in real life. Alright, we're going to spend 5 gold out of our 40. And it will show us here, as well as right-clicking, what cool new cards we're going to get if we buy this piece of equipment. And of course, anything fucking picking up dog shit is better than this weapon here. So let's go ahead. I want to keep at least what we have, but I do have 2 hands for 2 weapons since he's a warrior. So let's go ahead and equip that, giving me these new cards.
Wowzers! Equipping the axe replaced those weak cards with these new powerful ones. Mouse over slots or items to see what cards they give you. Alright, we already did that. And you can right-click or press spacebar to see the cards close up.
Cool. Okay. I'm also going to get rid of this just because it's shitty. Alright.
Yay!
Okay, it's time to get back on the trail of those kobolds.
What?
Chubby Chaser searches the fields for tracks and finds a trail leading into the wilderness.
Okay. Alright.
And now.
Let's get started on the next module, the Kobold Encampment.
Alright. Let's move our party here. Party of 1. Okay.
Following the trail of footsteps and dropped plunder, you find the kobold raiders camped in the woods, a league from Omelette. Now it is time, while they are squabbling over their loot, to strike back, destroy the kobold encampment, and safeguard the village.
Alright. Levels 1 to 2. I think we qualify. Let's jump right in. Alright. So here's the first scenario.
You pursue the kobolds into the treacherous hills surrounding Omelette. Before long, a musty stench alerts you to the presence of the remaining kobolds. It seems they are gathering their ill-gotten possessions and are making preparations to flee. It is up to you to stop them from warning the main camp.
Alright. Let's have Chubby Chaser jump in there and put an axe to their fucking faces.
Jeepers! This time you're outnumbered by 3 to 1. Not to worry, I have a few hints that will help you out.
I hope you do, Gary. I don't want to get fucked by 3 goblins at once. Anyone walking in on that, on Chubby Chaser, would be very embarrassing.
Enemies have to halt when they move next to you.
Similar to D&D if any of you nerds play that.
So move to the yellow square to stop them surrounding you.
Alright, so if you notice here, these kind of bushes or trees, they can't move through those squares. So if we move Chubby Chaser up, it would almost kind of be like real combat. You can't just walk anywhere you want around your opponent. Otherwise, they're going to smack you in the face with their weapon. So these guys can move up to 1 square adjacent to me, but they can't move further. They kind of have to stop there. From here, if they want to move, it can only be 1 at a time.
These shield-carrying kobolds have block cards. Use your weakest attacks first to draw them out.
Alright, well then let's go ahead and use Weak Chop, which, well, they're both Weak Chop. But it allows me to select 2 targets, so let's give it a shot. He fails his first blocking and takes 2, so does the other guy. Alright, they smack me back. Also, as another quick note, anytime you enter a new battle, your guys heal up. You don't keep the damage. It's not that much of a RPG like. So let's select these 2 guys. He does pass his weak block, so he's not going to take any damage, but the other one does. Alright, I don't want to move back any. I want to keep these guys right here, meaning that this guy can't move past and attack me as well, so I don't really have any other attacks. We're going to pass my turn. So is Gary, which means we get a new hand.
Starting round.
Alright, now we can work with some stuff.
When you see new cards, remember to right-click on them to see what special abilities they have.
Alright, Chop. Okay, so let's go ahead and use Chop. It's a pretty strong attack. We want to take out these 2 guys. Alright, get out of here, you sons of bitches. Alright, the last of the kobolds. Click. Let's take him out. Blood. There we go. He's gonna weak strike me. We'll move here just for shiggles. Gary passed. I'm going to go ahead and pass. I need some more attack cards. Starting round. Okay. Kind of smacked, but we're going to finish him off. Nice. There we go. And finally a weak strike to take him out. Sweet.
Adventure complete.
Alright. Let's go grab our loot.
Having dispatched the raiding party, you overturn their camp and liberate what items they had. Searching the area reveals a cave mouth and a crude earthen tunnel leading into the darkness under the hills. Is this where the kobolds have come from? Only further adventures will tell.
Alright, let's go get our loot first, though. Level up, sweet. That brings our health up, gives us a new slot to equip things.
Huzzah! Chubby Chaser level up and has more health. He also unlocked a new shield slot. Shields give you blocks and other defensive cards.
That was similar to the first episode you saw of us having those kind of things.
Whoa, a rare item, the Kobold Killer.
Funny. Funny that kobolds have an item called the Kobold Killer. You'd think they'd want to keep that away from them. Or I guess the safest place for them would be to have it on themselves.
That should come in handy.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move that here over this really shitty, it looks like a sword that I've taken a shit on or shoved up my ass. And another woodsman's axe. We'll keep that loot, but yeah, we want to keep this. Anything that's called Kobold Killer when we're killing kobolds, I think I want to have equipped on me.
You know, you really should head to the armory to get yourself a shield. I hear there are new heroes waiting at the tavern too.
Okay, so let's first head over to the Orc's Head Tavern.
Yay!
Recruit one of these crafty wizards for your party.
Okay. Human wizard, elf wizard, or dwarf wizard. Oh man, dwarf wizard looks badass. And you don't typically see dwarves using a ton of spells in most RPG tabletop stuff, but I think just thematically the elf wizard makes the most sense. Plus, it seems like elves would probably be able to move fairly swiftly, keeping them away from damage since wizards don't have a ton of health. So we're going to go ahead and have the elf wizard in our party. And I'm not going to name her Angweir. What the fuck is up with these names? You're going to be called Prostitot. There we go. That sounds good to me.
Yeah!
Prostitot joined your party. Wizards are long-range attackers and could develop powerful magic, but they're fragile fighters. Let's pursue the kobolds. Return to the map and follow the tunnels into darkness, if you dare.
Yes, Gary. Yes, I dare. Okay, so first, though, let's go grab our shield. Or shields, if I can equip one to Prostitot. Nope. But she does have some slots available, like boots and arcane item. Okay. Now, of course, even unequipped, these slots give us some cards to use, but, of course, it is better to equip them with something. So here's a rusty shield. Wow. It's really, really shitty. Let's get rid of my blunt sword. It's really crappy. We have 39 gold to work with, so let's go ahead and equip the rusty shield. It's better than nothing to Chubby Chaser. And that looks like all we can do for now. We can't equip items on specific classes if they can't use it. So, for example, our elf wizard can't use the woodsman's axe. So, let's go ahead and exit. And let's tackle the tunnels of darkness. We basically are backtracking, following the kobolds to where they live, so we can destroy them.
Yeah!
Melvin was right. It is cool building your own party this way, don't you think?
Sure, buddy.
In the hillside, a crude tunnel leads into the darkness. From this ominous portal, the kobolds sallied forth to terrorize the farmers. Now you must turn the tables and bring fire and the sword to the raiders themselves as you venture down the tunnels into darkness.
Ambush!
Uh-oh. Looks like the kobolds are ready for you. Ambush!
You light your torch and head into the kobolds' tunnel. The passageway leads down and then runs straight for many miles before reaching a three-way intersection. While you ponder which way to go, a crude horn sound and a mighty kobold hero emerges to confront you.
I just noticed, too, that kind of manly D&D voice I'm reading in kind of sounds like Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple.
You could go down to the room of the hidden monkey.
Alright, let's start this battle. Shrine of the Golden Monkey, that's what it was.
Uh-oh.
Your wizard has long-range attacks, but needs line of sight to the target. Don't worry, I'll explain. Line of sight means that you have to have an unblocked line from the center of your square to the target's.
Huh.
Your wizard has sight from here to here as the line doesn't cross any blocks.
Oh.
But not from here to here, as one blocking square is crossed by the line.
Again, a rule that's similar to D&D. So, even from where she is now, she can see this Kobold Warrior Krung, but of course, her range is only 2 with her zap spells, so we'll have to move her in closer. Now, I want to do that, but I don't want Krung to run over and start smacking her in the face, especially since he's looking her way. So, we're going to push Chubby Chaser up into his face to hopefully kind of grab his attention.
This Kobold hero has lots of blocks. It can't block you. Wait, it can't block if you attack from behind though. Okay, cool. These squares are in front of the Kobold.
Well, duh.
These squares are behind it.
Yeah.
If you get one hero on either side of the Kobold, you can keep attacking from behind.
Alright, so that's good then. We want to move her right here. Now he's probably going to attack our warrior again. Our warrior's got nice health. It's even higher after taking damage than our wizard. But in the meantime, while he's focused on Chubby, we're going to have Prostatot zap him from behind. There you go, you son of a bitch. Now he's turned his attention back this way, which means I'm going to swing with Chubby, and we're just going to keep doing this, going back and forth. Now, to turn different ways, he has to use a movement card. So you can use a movement card to stay in the same block, but look a different direction. So he's wasting all this time looking back and forth. Well, it's better than no zap. That's true. Alright, he keeps passing, trying to turn to the correct target while we're DPing this guy, my god. That was embarrassing.
Adventure complete. The tunnel finally emerges high above the floor of White Skull Canyon. So this is where the Kobold lair is. You will return with allies to finally stamp out these monsters and liberate the treasure they have stolen from the surrounding villages.
Let's go get our loot, and we'll press on to take out the last of the Kobolds. Some kick-ass furry boots. We're going to take those. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and give those to Chubby. But there is some cool items for Prosty here. Orzo's Excellent Wand. Oh, there's some really cool things here. What is this? Telekinesis. I can slide a target 2 squares. A big zap. Holy cow, for 5 damage. And another little zap. That's cool. Okay, and then this here. Golem Cleaver. Oh, wow, look at these. Penetrating cuts. Cool, they can get past armor. Stabs that have a range of 2 instead of 1. Our dwarf needs that since he moves slow as a fucking rock. And Able Bludgeon. A nice attacking card. Alright, so let's go ahead and give Prosty the Excellent Wand. And let's go ahead and equip the Golem Cleaver to... Let me see what one I want to replace here. I'm going to go ahead... I know this is the Kobold Crusher, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it with this one, just because I think it has better attacks overall. Okay, let's take all and finish. Alright. White Skull Canyon.
Don't forget to check the armory for new stuff before we wrap up this module.
Alright, so I'm going to follow Gary's advice here and check out the shop.
Ah.
Holy shit!
If you're searching for a particular type of item, just click that slot on your character's sheet.
Alright, so let's go over to Prosty and click Boots. Alright, so it categorizes for me. What the fuck? Look at this little rat. You must end this movement adjacent to blocking terrain. Okay. Alright, so yeah, items have their ups and downs. Some have some negative traits to them. A lot of these are really cool looking though. Let's go ahead and... Rusty armor. Let me see what I want. Oh, I like that one. Let me just see if there's any others I want here. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend 10 to give her these boots. I like those. It's got some armor if she happens to get in the thick of things or surrounded, and also a decent 3 square move option. Chubby, you're fine for the time being. Wow, there's a lot of gear though. Look at all this stuff. Okay, so it looks like the things that are in red are stuff that's way too expensive for me to buy. However, down here, I can click on this and look at weapons. Oh man, these are awesome. Look at this stuff. Okay. These are cool. A lot of these look like kind of a thin, how do you say that? Poignard? If I'm mispronouncing that, just put it in the comments. Call me a dumbass. Another great, look at this sword. It's got a lot of, again, our dwarf moves slowly, so I'm wondering if there's options we can have that allows him to attack from more than one square. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and use this rapier and equip it to the slot. And I'm going to go ahead and sell these. They only get me 1 gold apiece. This one gets 5. But other than that one cool violent swing that does 10 damage, they don't do a whole lot of cool stuff. So we're going to get some gold back. So he's got some cool attacks. We're equipped. We got our girl some boots. Let's finish this up and head to White Skull Canyon.